Hi, welcome back to the Gargoyles Den Diecast. I'm Gargoyle, of course, and we are back for another Superman Sunday. This week, got our usual black with the flames Superman. We're going to do what I said last week. I said I was going to do the KGW radio to go with the King radio that we did. Now, the King radio, I did the custom. I went ahead with the root beer Spectre Flame or whatever. It came out really nice. I like it. But this one I'm going to just do the regular. And regular was it came with just black enamel paint. And then it had these KGW radio livery stickers or livery decals on it. And that's all it is. So this should, I know I say this all the time, should be a quick and easy video. And yeah, usually it ends up still being longer for one reason or another because I run into something. So we'll see what happens. But let's go ahead and get started. I've got it all drilled apart already. Boom. Not a lot of parts to these, obviously. Toss this over into some Zep degreaser and get it cleaned up, and then we'll do the gauzy on it. Set that over to the side. Alright. Wheels are going to go, obviously. I never keep these old wheels because, yeah, there's one, they're beat up, and two, they're plain and ugly, and you can't get replacements for them unless you swipe some off of another vehicle that had good wheels. So what's the point? Why fight it? So instead, we're going to have to grind these little things out here, and then we can pop the wheels off and the new ones in. We won't put the new ones in until after we clean up the base, obviously. As always, make sure you're wearing eye protection when you're doing these things. There we are. Toss this into the 50-50 mixture, lime away in water, and get it cleaned up. I'll do that here in a minute. Now, as you can see, this is the lime away. Without the water, this is what it's like when the water evaporates out of it. So yeah, we got that, and I'll add some fresh water to it. And like I said before, you can reuse this many times. Just drop her in and let it go to work. Set it off to the side for 4 or 5 minutes and take it out and clean it up. Make sure when you take it out, though, that you rinse it off and get the acids off and stuff, otherwise it'll keep eating at the base. Don't just pull it out and set it aside and let it keep going, because yeah, that'll ruin your base. So I'm going to go ahead and take this over to the drill press and drill these out, and then I'm going to go spray it with regurgitation juice. We'll be back. Alright, we're back from the regurgitation juice. Got this out of the 50-50 CLR in water or lime away in water, whichever you prefer. Let's go ahead and break out the abrasive wheel on the journal and get these polished up and see how they look. And we're on to the flits. Let's get to flitzing. Polly over Diecast Graveyard would be telling me you're wasting it. Probably so. But it feels so good. Here, while we're thinking about it, let's go ahead and get the glass out of the degreaser and gauzy it up. And see how I mixed it up and it's got bubbles on the top, right? Make sure you pop those bubbles before you go setting your glass down in it. Otherwise, those bubbles will show up on your glass. Yeah, it doesn't make for a happy ending. Alright. I don't know. Not a whole lot you can do with these anyway. They're kind of a soft plastic. And yeah, basically all you're wanting to do is make sure it's halfway smooth. Gauzy will do the rest for you. Let's go ahead and let's open our dust buster here. Set it in there, protect it from any dust bunnies or anything sticking in it. Really, the only part that you need to do is just the windshield itself. You don't have to do all this back here, so just do like so. Touch that just to wick off the extra. Always make sure you close it up, because yeah, you will spill it. Ask me how I know? Yeah, I've done it. As Paulie would say, the voice of reason. The voice of experience. Alright, back to this. Let's see here. Now we can obviously see right here we need to hit this. Hit this. Back is actually not nearly as bad as they normally are. We'll hit it a little bit. And this top edge, not too bad, maybe a little bit there. Yeah, not too bad overall. It's actually in a lot better shape than I thought it was going to be. Alright, here we are at the paint booth. I don't normally show this every video, but I thought this would be a good video to show some of the painting. So all I'm going to do, we're going to do a primer coat or two. Light first coat, a little bit heavier second coat, and then we'll do the actual paint that we're going to do. I'm using the Tamiya Fine Surface Primer for the primer coat. And then I've got some Rust-Oleum High Performance Enamel in black for the actual top coat. So let's go ahead and get it started. As always, when you're spraying these things, you need to use your air filtration system. Have a mask on. Safety first. Okay, giving it a couple coats of the paint now. I gave it time to dry and everything. Had one little affliction, a little dust bunny on this side that I sanded down and then recoated it, so now it looks alright. So yeah, I think we're good to go. Now we're going to do a light coat of gloss, of the gloss spray lacquer or whatever, so that the decal has something nice and smooth to stick to. And then we will put it into the dehydrator to make sure we get all water out from under the decals. And then we'll come back and gloss it again. And then we'll finally be ready to work on our base and do our reveal. Now for this, normally I would use the 2K clear from Diecast Graveyard that I get, but because I was going over this automotive style Rust-Oleum professional paint or whatever, I wanted to use an actual spray lacquer for the first coat or two before I did the decals. After I put the decals on, then I'll use some of the Diecast Graveyard clear coat to set the decals and to make everything blend in and stuff, and add that extra high gloss to it. Let's go ahead and move this over to the dehydrator, and after that we will be back to work on the base and reassembly. Stay tuned. Okay, so while the gloss coat is in the dehydrator drying, let's go ahead and get the base ready. Alright. Little trick I like to do here for putting oils on, just setting it up on top of a bottle and then taping it to the bottle. Makes it a lot easier sometimes. Oops. Bob Smith Industries activator. Only takes a couple drops. We're good to go. The base is ready. All we gotta do is wait for the body to finish drying. We'll do the decals and a gloss coat, and then we get a symbol and we'll be done. Go ahead and cut these decals out real quick. Alright, here we are back from the dehydrator. Let's go ahead and get these decals on here. Some microset setting solution. Alright, now the main thing you want to make sure of is that you let the water, any water that's underneath the decals dry out. So what we're going to do is we're going to go put it in the dehydrator for probably half hour, 45 minutes, just to make sure. Between that and the microset and microsol, then they'll all evaporate really quick in there, so I'll be back. And here we are back from the final gloss coat. And I'm loving it. It came out great, you know. Especially like these rims are a different rim than what I normally use. These were what we used to call hammers back in the 90s. I had a set, 82 Camaro, I had a set of these on. And yeah, it was pretty sharp. So yeah, I saw these available and decided I had to get some to try them out. So yeah, look forward to some of those on some of our future builds here. But yeah, this is all said and done. Buttoned up. It's going to go right up there next to the King radio up there on the wall. Show you that here in just a second. There's the King radio, the one up there on the right hand side. Matter of fact, we're going to go, we'll put this right up there next to it right now. Let's go right there. That's part of my collection. All right, that's it for this one. Hope you guys like it. If so, like, subscribe, and by all means, share with some other members of the community so they can enjoy it too. And just a reminder to everybody, it is October, of course, Paint It Pink, Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and Halloween, obviously. Upcoming builds that we got going on, we got Paint Pink Challenge for the breast cancer awareness for the Four Horsemen, which is due on the 12th. So that is going to be the next build that we have coming up as far as group builds. I'll have probably at least one more private build before then, though, so keep an eye out for that. Well, that's all for now. Until next time, bye now.